doing it. I ain't touching it. Nope.
Here,
Nope.
here,
I ain't
here,
touching it. Nope.
here.
Nope. Good try.
Good morning, golfing world. How are you? Welcome to TGD Today. It's the round table here with Al Cloyd is not protesting anymore. We're so glad to have him back. There was an official week of protests last week. We now have him back into the fold. We are now a family again.
What a difference an hour makes.
Well, thank goodness for a car breaking down. Got him out of bed.
I tell you, I've changed my schedule,
Hey,
guys. I've been up at like 7:30.
That's a good point. I didn't,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't click.
That's the only reason he got up. He had to get his car fixed to get here.
He had to work on the car.
Yeah. Or he couldn't go to work.
Otherwise,
He'd be stuck at home.
that's right.
You gotta
Welcome,
love it.
Al. I'm good to have you back, brother.
Man, I'll tell you, I'm just happy to be here.
Hey,
Are
and
you?
we can actually see him, folks. He's got gray on today, not just black, a little bit of
A
gray.
little bit of gray.
Well, that to me is like you wearing George pink or,
That's it.
a
That's
hue
it.
lime green.
You can't beat a deal like that. Stick, club, pole, or a ball bat.
That's right.
That's
Good
right.
morning, HR.
Hello.
Speaking of HR,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm
What is
alive.
what is this? Ooh, that's high tech.
My wife likes this one, so I wore it for her.
Oh, wow, Heather.
He ain't right, folks.
I may have to take
He
him
ain't
home.
Too funny.
I fluffed the pillows this morning.
Yeah, there you go.
Good luck with that one. You may have to knock him in the head
You,
first.
yeah, you know something's wrong when Bethany looks at him and goes, "I'm so sorry, honey. I know you're disappointed you couldn't play golf today." I was like, "Wait a minute, hang on. What's wrong with this picture?
Yeah.
What's she want or what does she
Yeah,
need?"
exactly. She ordered something off of QVC last night that still blows my mind. Oh man. She had to give it for her friends. They're candied apples.
Right.
Candied apples.
Yep.
$60 for 10 of them. I said, honey,
Are they
I'll go
gold-plated?
buy a bag of apples. I'll go get the doggone red or caramel syrup or whatever. I'll make the doggone things. You give me 50.
That's right.
You'll save 10.
Hey, just do it for 40.
Unbelievable. That stuff is such it's like a cult.
Oh,
You
there ain't
know?
no way. There ain't no doubt about it.
It's a cult. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there.
The candy apple cult. I like it, brother. Sounds
they,
good.
Oh, they come in special boxes. Each one's in a box.
Presentation.
You know, they better be fur wrapped.
It's all about the presentation.
Yeah.
All right, boys. You know, we don't get to play today. The big
No.
match.
No, I was looking forward to carrying you all day, but you know,
Oh, here we go. How dare you say that?
I'm out of retirement, Hoss. Been practicing.
Yeah, you look good yesterday. We hit a few balls side by side yesterday. It was hard to tell the difference between our swings. It really was. So that either means you've been out of the loop and lost it, or I've gotten a lot better real quick.
I think it's the latter.
Oh, we're having another sunny day in the Grand Strand area.
You know, the weather's been so good for the last 4 or 5 days, and then all of a sudden, the one day that you and I are going to get to go play golf and have some fun and whip Charlie Moore and Jack Moore,
You said that.
it
I
pours.
didn't. I know.
Oh, I'm not scared.
And we had the other boys all set up. Several guys from Arrowhead, Barefoot.
Blake was going
Tyler
to go play
Light.
with us.
Blake was going to play with us. You know, it was one of those money matches, Al. You know?
Yep.
Just go out. We were going to visit Jamie Roderick
Mm-hmm.
and Dustin out at Thistle. They were all excited to have us. Jeff was going to bring a camera out and get some images, and
There you go.
we had made a day of it.
Yep.
Yep, but now the ants have taken over the picnic.
That's right.
So
That's right. I got the opportunity to play 9 holes at the Thistle on Saturday. So the course was in great shape.
oh yeah.
Greens were fast, amazingly fast for this time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But the course was in really, really good shape. You know, I kind of cut my teeth on that. That's a Tim Cate design,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it's just every hole's just really has personality.
What teeth you have left?
2 or 3.
Right. That are yours. That are yours. Is that right?
The ones that ain't got knocked out yet.
Well, we're still going to give a review of the golf course. I'm taking the Saturday golf group out there this week, so
Yep.
SGG will be going out there. So we'll be hooking up with Jamie and Dustin here on studios, and we'll review
Nice.
Thistle. And,
Clubhouse
talk
is
about
just remarkable. You know, I can remember back when it was just a trailer. You know, I actually felt more at home there, but you know, now it's
Yeah.
now it's a little
Was it
fancy, so I don't feel as comfortable
Was it a
anymore.
single wide or a double wide?
Hey, it was a double wide.
It was a double wide,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you even felt uncomfortable there.
A little bit,
Yeah.
you know, a little bit. Now, if it
Yeah.
had been a 2-story double wide, I'd have really been uncomfortable.
Well, you know, that's what I had in Atlanta.
They make them for them rich folk.
Yeah.
See, I remember
Yeah.
when we went from 10 wides to 12 wide single wides.
Ooh.
That's
that was
right.
a big day.
That was big.
That was a big day.
Oh,
Yeah.
no
It
doubt.
was.
With the built-in stereo.
Yeah, I upgraded.
Yep, had a built-in stereo.
Oh, and that
They'd have
built-in
the cassette
fireplace?
player,
Yeah.
built-in fireplace. That cost extra.
Boy, I
Extra.
tell
You had to have a
y'all
lot of
can
money to
waste
have a
more breath
fireplace.
than any people I've ever
Extra.
seen in my life.
Extra.
That's where I came up with my
You know how much stairs cost in a double in a 2-story?
Double wide?
You know how much stairs are?
About $34.
Well, it depends on if Home Depot's got the fold-out 16-footers or the single stand.
Rescue me, please.
Excuse me, please.
Let's talk a little golf.
That
Why?
sounds good.
Why? We're having
Why?
fun talking about, you
Double
know.
wides.
Go.
Do you?
Go.
So, vice captains have been announced, at least 4 of the 5. Okay. So, we got Mr. Lehman, Mr. Stricker.
Okay, both of them are exceptional.
Okay. Who else do we have?
We have Tiger.
Yeah.
That's the interesting one that nobody knows what, how, or when it's going to work.
And who I thought was even more interesting was Mr. Furyk.
Yep, Mr. Furyk.
Well, right now he's number 10 on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So if Jim makes the team, he's out.
So,
Now, Jim would make
Well,
a perfect vice captain. He knows.
you roll right into the scenario why I wanted to bring this up. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah.
All right. We've got, right now, points-wise, we got Phil Mickelson, who everybody anticipates will be the next President's Cup captain when it goes to Atlantic City
Oh, yeah.
at Liberty National.
Check, check.
Then it would just be assumed that he'll be a vice captain on the next Ryder Cup team, which is in Hazeltine in Minnesota. So why wasn't he gone ahead and announced?
Who's to say he doesn't make the team?
Okay. You really do believe he's going to make the team?
I think it's
Yep.
a possibility. I'm not going to put it past him.
If you had Furyk or Mickelson, which one of those two is going to make the squad?
Jim.
You damn right. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd give Mickelson 1,000-1. I'd give Jim 2-1. No doubt about it. So, what's going to end up happening we talked about this off the air, and Furyk's going to end up making the squad, and then he'll bow out of his vice captain role to be a player, to focus his attention on playing.
I know who the vice captain will be if Jim does pull out.
Well, it'll be Mickelson.
No, it will not.
Yeah.
No, it will
Absolutely. It will be Mickelson. Oh, go ahead. Let me see it.
not. You want to know who it's going to be?
I'll go ahead. Go ahead. I'm going to write it down.
He's one of Davis's best friends.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
It's
I
a
say-
person that should have been the President's Cup captain.
Who?
Fred Couples. Why not?
You don't
the guy
think
has
Fred's
the person.
ready to step down?
Dude, no. He would absolutely love it and relish it. He was part of winning Ryder Cup teams. Why wouldn't you want him a part of it? That, or you can go pick Tom Watson. How's that?
No. I'm good. Thanks. I already had that chicken.
I understand that.
Didn't taste good.
So you think about it. You want to have Phil Mickelson come in there, or you want to have somebody like Fred Couples who can be
Well,
calm, cool, and understand what it takes to win and help these guys get to do something they haven't done in a long time.
For our listeners and
Win the
viewers,
thing.
Let me throw a bylaw issue at you. There is actually a bylaw in the Ryder Cup rules in the way it's to be organized and set up and run and all this other stuff, that at least 2 vice captains of any captain's choices must be previous captains. That
Full
is a
captains
bylaws.
or vice captains?
They have to be previous captains. Interesting, isn't it?
That's idiotic. That's why we can't win the damn thing.
So, we've already got
Jeff.
Tom Lehman.
Sorry about that.
We've already got Tom Lehman.
Yeah.
So, who's going to be the other one?
I have no idea. It's not Phil Mickelson.
That's what. No,
But you got Tiger,
No.
Furyk, Stricker.
Stricker hasn't been a captain.
That's what they're saying. He's named right now as an
No, he's a
assistant
vice
captain.
captain.
I'm
Vice
with you.
captain. But of the a captain of the Ryder Cup
Then
has
go get Mr.
5 vice captains.
Then get Mr. Floyd, give him a cart, and let him do it, or get Paul Azinger, one of the two.
There you go. There you go.
But I'm not real sure Azinger will do it as a vice
I'm not
captain.
either. I'm not either.
Because I can promise you, he and Davis don't see eye to eye when it comes to this stuff.
But I would love the heck out of it. Wouldn't that be good?
Oh, it would be
You
a
talking
good soap
about
opera.
You talking about another coup going on in the locker room?
Oh, yeah. It would be. No
but then
question.
again, Davis would just be bowing out. He would, he would go and make his media releases and things like that. But the real decisions behind the closed doors would be made by who?
If he was smart, yeah. You're right. It would be made by Azinger. But I just think that Couples would be a great vice captain.
But Couples would be. I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing.
And he and Davis are good friends. Therefore, he can help Davis and try to give Davis that one little mark that I won the Ryder Cup, because that's what he wants. And if he's smart, that's the way he'll go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, will ego get in the way? I don't know. But that's where I'd be over there begging. I just think it's a perfect fit. The guys like him. Everybody gets along with him. The guy's a great player, and he's won a Ryder Cup or a couple. I mean, come on.
Yeah, President's Cup out the yin yang.
I mean, it's to me, it's a no-brainer. And you look at this list right now. Jordan Spieth's a shoe-in. Dustin Johnson's a shoe-in. Zach Johnson, Fowler. Mickelson's 5th right now.
Yeah, he's 5th.
You got Kevin Kisner, one of the new up-and-coming superstars. He's 6th. Bubba Watson, Brooks Koepka. You got J.B. Holmes, which is your man crush. You got Jim Furyk, Patrick Reed, and Robert Streb. That's your top 12. Now, granted, it's top 10, and then they pick the 2.
Mm-hmm.
But look at Kuchar at 13. You got Haas, Woodland, and Snedeker all through 17.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think you got to get somebody in there that can understand and deal with these guys.
Let's go on down that list. 17 Snedeker, you stop that. Let's just assume that he doesn't continue to accumulate points and get on the team. Sneds is kind of on the downhill slide of the career. Okay,
maybe.
Okay, but
he may
hold on.
be in a
No.
doldrum.
Just hold on. Then we're looking at right behind him, Russell Henley.
I think that's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got your other man
Got
crush.
Chunk and Dunk.
Yep.
And then you've got who we talked about last year should have been both a Ryder Cup appointment and also a President's Cup appointment, and that's Billy Horschel. Okay, then right behind him, not to stop, we got the resurgence of Charlie Hoffman.
Yeah.
Then right behind him, who do we have? The rookie phenom, Tony Finau.
I don't think he's ready for it.
Okay, but, I mean, he's there. Then right behind Tony Finau, who do you have? The other appointment that everybody says, oh, we should have him on the team, and that's Ryan Moore.
Guy's steady and he's solid.
That's right. Again, we are only seeing a little bit of the young guns that we've often talked about. The Jordan Spieth, he's there. The Dustins, he's there. The Ricky Fowler's there. The Kevin Kisner is the name that he's gone from 10th to 6th just in the last couple of weeks in points. So he is now moving his name into the bold, lettering as far as this list is concerned, to the point where if he just participates in events, then more than likely he's going to be on the team. But now these others that we've mentioned, I mean, how many times have we talked about Gary Woodland that we would wish he would get on some sort of a streak to play like the way we know he can play?
And, I mean, Gary Woodland can play. Gary Woodland hits it 9 miles, and he does a lot of great things. The problem with Woodland is you put him there coming down the stretch, and he can't close it.
Can't close, yeah.
That's right.
That's the thing that scares me about the Ryder Cup, because you talk about pressure, it's a lot more than trying to win a tour event.
Sure. Okay.
You look at what happened to your boy, Chunk and Dunk, with Hunter Mahan. I mean, he went from winning golf tournaments, playing great, being in the middle of everything when it came to majors, chances to win, playing solid. Then all of a sudden in the Ryder Cup, it was like you could see the nerves.
Yep.
It's good. It takes a special kind of person, and I think Ryan Moore, as much as people say, "Oh, he's getting old and he's on his," No, he's not on his slide of this thing. The guy can play, and he's solid.
Let's do this. Let's take Zach Johnson out of the mix. Although he's number 3 in points right now.
He will make the
pretty
team.
much shoe in. But let's just assume he doesn't for whatever reason. Let's say he has an injury or whatever. Okay? Let's put this team out there on the course. Jordan Spieth, Dustin Johnson, Ricky Fowler, Kevin Kisner, Bubba Watson, Brooks Koepka, J.B. Holmes, Patrick Reed. Then who's your next 2? Is it Russell Henley?
Skip Nicholson.
Yes, I purposely skipped Nicholson. I don't think he'll be on the team.
I like Russell Henley. I do. I like Russell Henley. I do.
I mean, right now, Patrick Reed's the outsider looking in. And Patrick Reed, along with Jordan, were the limited heroes at the last Ryder Cup.
Yeah, Patrick Reed's starting to play good again, so that's kind of a nice thing to see.
Mm-hmm. Even though he's a number 11, we expect him to move up into the quote-unquote comfort list.
And if that's the case, and you're talking about this young of a group going out there, that's where you need Fred Couples, Jim Furyk, Steve Stricker.
I have no problem with
You need
that.
these kind of people as your vice captains to be able to help Davis not get all bent out of shape and stressed out, to where they can keep everything calm, cool, and collective and have a plan and have everything organized team-wise, individual-wise when they go in there and make these picks.
Administratively and on a, how can I say this, a spiritual level, Stricker will keep the team on an even keel. Okay? We agree?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah, for the most part.
I mean, Stricker's heart rate would never even increase by 5, I would say, beats per minute if he was going down in a plane with no engines.
Well, I mean, that's the same thing with Fred Couples.
Okay?
And then you've got Jim Furyk, who has just got the attitude of, I'm not going to lose.
Sure. But then again, too, does Tiger have that attitude? Because he is a vice captain.
Yeah, but Tiger's going to be the one that's going to be sitting there looking at them going, okay, how do I handle this? Because I've never done this before from this side of the bench.
But according to him and according to Davis, what they've announced to the public over the last several days, remember, Tiger's the one that called them up over there at the President's Cup. He says, I want to be a vice captain. You need to do this, 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 this. He's on the advisory committee for the Ryder Cup. I mean, is Tiger going to be that liaison from Davis to come straight in and say, okay, boys, rah, you do this. You're playing with this person. You're doing this. Is that going to be the strong arm? Is Tiger the strong arm for Davis?
No.
Who's the strong arm?
If he is, I'm betting on Europe.
Okay.
I'm just telling you. Tiger's never been a part of anything like this. He's played on teams. He's been a part of the Ryder Cup as a participant, not as a captain or a vice captain. It is a different role. Tiger has never had to take orders from someone, which as a vice captain, you are going to take instruction from your captain.
Well, administratively, Steve Stricker is going to do the majority of the work here.
Well, there's no question about it.
Yeah.
Well,
and
his
you
dad-
think
his
As
dad-
far as booking the rental cars and picking out the clothes and things like that.
well, I hope his wife does that. 'Cause,
There's going to have to be a sergeant of arms.
yeah.
Okay.
The only person Tiger really ever had to take was from his father back when he was younger, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
And
just,
we see how much he's been lost since then.
I'm
That's
just
what
telling
I'm talking
you,
about.
Since he lost Earl.
Yeah.
this is a learning environment and experience for Tiger this time around.
Okay.
That's my
So
my
you're
philosophy.
assuming he's going to take a back seat.
He's going to have to.
Whoa. Hello.
I'm not saying he can't help. I'm not saying he can't give good advice to guys to how to play certain matches against certain players. But I'm just saying he is not going to be the number one guy to go in there and say, okay, guys, here's the plan. This
He's
is what
had pretty limited exposure to the recent tour participants, would you say? On the European side especially.
Thank you.
Okay. When you say that he may help or contribute to the matches themselves, and this is how you play this person and that person, that's the reason I bring that up. Because Tiger's he's missed a lot of golf over the last 3 to 4 years.
And that's where I'm coming from, George.
Yeah. He doesn't know he's never met Danny Willett.
He wants to be a part of something.
He's
That's
never-
fine. Come in
Yeah.
here quietly, watch it, learn it, and then move your way up because you know they're going to give you a captain seat at some point.
Correct.
Go in, watch, learn, help when you're asked and when you're needed, and do it from a more calm, respectful way. And don't expect everybody to be kissing your butt saying, please, what do I do to get here? How do I get better? What do I do, Tiger? Because Tiger's not going to be able to tell them that. That's why I'm saying Stricker, Couples, Furyk. If Jim doesn't make the team, between Stricker, Couples, and Furyk, there's your guys. Tom Lehman, same way. Tom's more your rah-rah guy going to get in your face.
Yeah, he is.
Tom's the guy that's
I
going to
agree.
come
yeah.
up and say, hey, listen, guys, boom. Because Tom, that's just the way he is. He's like a football player. I've known him, his wife, Melissa, known him since, 1987. I mean, good people.
And Tom still plays that way every week out on the Champions Tour.
And, dude, he used to have a temper that made – it was unbelievable. And Melissa's reined him in, and he's learned how to handle it. But yet he's got that fire. There's your guy to do the rah-rah speeches.
I agree.
Okay?
I
But
agree.
you got Couples. You got Jim, who's a little bit like Tom, but yet calmer, but knows how to talk to people. And then all of a sudden, there's Freddie. To me, that just makes more sense.
I agree.
That or go ask Tom to come in and be his number one assistant.
I would love to argue with you, but I have to agree. I mean, I don't envision anyone else to be able to have the impact that a Freddie Couples would have. There's no doubt.
No question. And he would do it for Davis.
Of all of the elder golfers out there right now that have captain experience, vice captain experience, playing experience on both the tours, Freddie's the man.
And I mean, Azinger's not going to do it unless he is the captain, and he's not. Therefore, he's not going to be involved in this. He stated that.
Yeah. Yep.
Period.
Well, I think it's you just got to look at the scenario here. You got Zach and you've got Zach and Phil that are basically on the team now, and Jim is right there in number 10 spot. You look at those three. I mean, Zach just won the Open Championship. He's the Open Champion Golfer of the Year. So congratulations, he had a phenomenal year. Can he repeat that and keep his higher than 10th spot in these points? Is he going to be able to do that? Or is he separated? I mean, right now he's at 2.2 million points. Is that – oh, no, excuse me, 2,200 points.
I was going to say, if that's 2.2 million, I need to go to your bank.
Point.
Yeah, I need to
I
talk to
had to look
Bethany
through
about the banking
You
stuff.
like my
Yeah.
my accounting capabilities?
Yeah.
The decimal point. Mickelson is what? Almost 1,100 points behind him.
Yeah. Kids is
and-
only 100 points,
And
basically.
not really knowing the point system and how they calculate all this. I'm just as clueless as everybody. But
I'm just really upset with the whole situation and how the PGA of America handled this from the get-go with this committee and doing all this stuff and whatever. When's the last time we won the Ryder Cup?
A long time.
No, when's
Several
the last
years.
time? Who was the captain?
Azinger,
Exactly.
What year?
And they shunned him like a stepchild.
sure.
And that's what I'm saying, politics behind the doors, like you talk about the mahogany doors.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only one to win. He wants it. He wants to run it. This is the way it needs to be run and done. And
Yeah, the
they
pods.
pushed him out the door.
The pods.
You know what? If we win this, it'll only be because of the talent of the people that are playing, and hopefully he picks the right people to be underneath him as vice captains. That's the only way. Because I promise you, when it comes to the pod thing, Paul Azinger is a smart individual. He has been one of those that struggled. He came through in golf, he came from the streets to being a popular major champion and did what he did in the Ryder Cup because of his idea with the pods, and we're going to shun that? God help us,
Sure.
period.
From 1935 to 1983, we pretty much dominated that thing.
Sure we did.
You
Sure
know,
we did.
that's there's no two ways around that.
Yeah.
And then
And
Tony
you see us-
Jacklin
you
came
see us
in and
swing.
changed it
That's
for
right.
Europe.
Yeah,
and
that's
now you look at how he did things, and Europe follows it pretty much to the letter T, and it works. And here we are doing something different. And Azinger did it and did the pods, and we went in there and smoked them. And all of a sudden now we're away from that?
Yeah. Well,
What's the logic behind this?
don't know. It's gotten to a point where we complain. And the point is, it's like Watson said, well, they just got to go out and play. Well, that's fine if you don't get in their way. But he tried to get in their way and have them go out and play. And Love's not going to get in their way. Love's just going to say, well, we just got beat.
And then look at what happened when he was captain the last time.
Well, this is
they
it
got
for him.
smoked.
I mean, we were not surprised, but we were also surprised when he got named captain. Okay? It's over and done with. We got to live with it. The point is now is who is he going to put him around himself to, A, shield him. I mean, he wants to be sitting there with the earbud in and the little, microphone on his lapel in the golf cart with Stricker. They're going to be out there riding around. Stricker will be driving him. Now, who's he going to put around him? And again, it's all up to Zach, Jim, and Mickelson as to whether they are playing on this team come Hazeltine in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Less than a year from now.
And I mean that's why Davis would never listen to me, and that's fine. But
And
I'm
we're
just
talking-
saying you're talking about a group of people as vice captains that if he puts those people around him, he can do that and doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
They can handle the players and the situation.
Well, if he goes ahead and announces Freddie Couples as a vice captain, then as far as his captain's picks, Freddie's going to be choosing those. You agree?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Between him and Stricker, both they'll both sit there and say, "Okay, ... and they'll bank it back and forth. And
Well,
say, okay.
Stricker will bring the statistics to the table, and then Freddie will go, well, this person gels well with him, and this person gels well. And I know
Steve
this,
knows that as well,
and
too.
I know that. Well, but Steve's not going to be boisterous about it. He's going to be quiet. He's going to be reserved. He's going to let the numbers
Steve's a little
speak.
more boisterous than you think he is.
No, I'm talking about behind the doors.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not going to do it up front, but
No.
he will do it
No.
back in the room.
No.
They sit down and talk. Steve's opinion is going to come out.
Absolutely. I agree. And I want it to because he's brilliant. He's a great guy.
And trust me, he and his wife, I mean, she's got a lot to do with this too and how he's gotten to where he's at. Mm-hmm. She has helped him get there. And Steve is
Sure.
They're classy people. And I'm just saying, if Davis will pick Freddie, I think we got a shot at this. I really do.
Good. And I hope they do. I hope they listen to you. All right, let's cut this off. We need to run into our next programming. So TGD Radio and TV are produced and broadcast by the Zeus Radio Network for thegolfdirector.com. When visiting The Golf Director, be sure to check out our featured course pages where you'll find up-to-date information about course conditions, specials, much more. Need help with your next golfing vacation?
Just call Dave.
You can give us a call right here at thegolfdirector.com at 844-GO-GOLF1, 844-464-6531. All of our programming is archived for listening and viewing on demand. To catch up on any show you may have missed, you can click on the radio or the TGD TV tabs in the menu screen at thegolfdirector.com. We're now available on over 1 billion devices at iTunes, Audio Realm, TuneIn, YouTube, Ustream, Roku, Periscope, Catch.me, Blueberry, and, of course, Myrtle Beach Golf app. I'm George Honeycutt, Hugh Roy III, Al Cloyd down at the end. We're glad to have him back after his week-long protest. And we want to thank Jeff behind the glass. But more importantly, we want to thank all of y'all for joining us here. Be sure to come back and join us as a lot more golf news and information is coming up next.